I have to be better in all positions. Everything I have to do better. I have to be better Dmitry Bivol than today or yesterday. Now I don't want only the belts. I want, there is something more inside of me, and I want revenge. I want to be winner. I want to win him. I want to win. I don't know, is it right word, revenge, or not? But I mean that I lost, and I don't like it. I want to win. I want to prove myself that I could win him.
Dmitry Bivol unveils his strategy for redemption in the highly anticipated rematch against Artur Beterbiev. However, Frank Warren shared his thoughts on the eagerly awaited rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev, highlighting it as a clash of the top two light heavyweights in the world. He reflected on their initial meeting, calling it a remarkable contest where both fighters displayed their complete skill sets. Warren conveyed his enthusiasm for the upcoming showdown, underscoring its importance and the promise of another action-packed encounter. He believes the fight will be an unforgettable spectacle that fans can't wait to see.
What would your pick out be? Obviously the big one at Beterbiev and Bivol, the rematch.
Well, it's a great fight. The two best two light heavyweights in the world. Last time round, it was an excellent fight. They displayed all their skills. It's a rematch. That's going to be a great fight.
Eddie Hearn said that the first fight was not only a great match, but also very competitive. He mentioned that if people don't want to call it controversial, they can at least agree that it was a very close fight. Hearn believes Dmitry Bivol won that fight and that they need to make it right in the rematch. He also acknowledged that Artur Beterbiev is a great fighter and is confident that their upcoming rematch will be an epic event.
I mean, it's the only fight. The first fight was not just a great fight, but I mean, if you don't want to call it controversial, you can call it extremely competitive. I mean, for me, Dmitry won that fight, and we need to try and put it right. But Beterbiev's a great fighter, and I think the rematch would be an epic event.
Roy Jones Jr. praised Artur Beterbiev for his powerful blend of strength and aggression. He emphasized Beterbiev's ability to land devastating punches while maintaining a calm, emotionless demeanor, showcasing remarkable control and focus in the ring.
Mainly just his power. His power along with his aggression and with his subtle face. He never changes his expression, which is a beautiful thing.
Gareth A. Davies shared his thoughts on the upcoming rematch between Bivol and Beterbiev. He noted that while Roy Jones Jr. was supporting Beterbiev during his UK tour, Davies believed Bivol would have the edge in speed and intelligence in the next fight. He predicted the bout could go the distance.
Even though Roy Jones Jr. is telling Artur Beterbiev on his tour of the UK at the moment, you've got to go in there and smash him this time. I think Bivol will be faster, smarter this time, and they'll end up going into round 25 in another 6 months' time, maybe in September, October 2025.
Jose Benavidez Sr. believes the rematch between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev will be another close battle, just like their first encounter. He feels both fighters gave their all, and their styles complement each other well. Benavidez thinks Bivol's speed, movement, and ability to avoid punches will give him the advantage. He believes Bivol won the first fight by a narrow margin, possibly just 1 point, and that Bivol can win again in the rematch if he stays smart and avoids Beterbiev's powerful shots.
Bivol, I think it's going to be kind of the same fight. It's going to be a really close fight. We've seen everything. Both of them were trying to do the best that they could. Both of them, the styles, kind of like work for each other. And I believe in the first fight, Bivol won. I think this fight, Bivol can win again. He's a little bit faster. He has more movement, and Beterbiev, he hits hard. And he's probably waiting for that big shot. And Bivol, hopefully he doesn't stay in front of him and get hit with a big shot. So I think I see the same fight.
However, Benavidez Sr. also acknowledges that the fight was tight and could have been scored a draw. While he respects the judge's decision to give Bivol the win, he personally feels Bivol did enough to edge out the victory. Overall, Benavidez sees the rematch as another close contest, but he believes Bivol has what it takes to win again.
Bivol again, yeah.
Yeah, Bivol by a little. I think he won by 1 point. Like I said, it was a very close fight. Either to me it could have been a tie, but they gave it to Beterbiev. So But at the end of the day, I'm not a judge, but in my mind, I thought he did enough to just win that fight.
However, Dmitry Bivol said that he needs to improve in every aspect of the fight, emphasizing that he must be better in all positions and do everything better than he did before. He acknowledged that to avoid another close decision, he has to elevate his performance.
That you have to take more risk, be a little bit more aggressive to not have such a close decision with Beterbiev, in your opinion?
I have to be better in all positions. Everything I have to do better. I have to be better Dmitry Bivol than today or yesterday.
Bivol mentioned that he has made some changes in his training camp, including bringing in new sparring partners. He also added a new coach focused on stretching and noted that the overall situation around him has changed. He shared that his mindset is different now, with many things evolving in preparation for the rematch.
What changes in camp? Do you incorporate anything new at all?
Yeah, of course. Some new sparring partners. We have one new coach for stretching, and the situations around me is different, and my mind is a little bit different. A lot of different things.
Dmitry Bivol's preparation for his rematch with Artur Beterbiev focuses on enhancing his agility and quickness. Recognized for his technical abilities and high ring intelligence, Bivol is concentrating on refining his footwork, precision, and defensive tactics.
Let's go. Let's go. Power. Power. 10. Good. Come on. 3 more. 4. Yes. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. One more. 10. Yes, sir. Nice. And kick it. Let's go. Yes, brother. Good. Yes, sir. Right off the bike. Let's go. Get to the ball.
Bivol's team is preparing him to face Beterbiev's aggressive style, adjusting his strategy to stay elusive and land accurate counters. While Beterbiev's power is a major threat, Bivol is focused on outworking him, controlling the pace, and staying smart.
Good work. 30 seconds.
Bivol further explained that his motivation now goes beyond just the belts. He feels there's something deeper inside him driving him, and he wants redemption. He expressed that he's determined to win, not just for the victory, but to prove to himself that he can defeat Beterbiev. While he wasn't sure if revenge was the right word, he emphasized that losing the first fight was something he didn't like, and he is focused on making it right.
How's your mind different, Dmitry?
Now I don't want only the belts. I want, there is something more inside of me, and I want revenge. I want.
Oh wow, you want revenge?
Like I wanna be winner. I wanna win him. I wanna win. I don't know is it right word, revenge or not, but I mean that I lost and I don't like it. I wanna win. I wanna prove myself that I could win him. Redemption, yeah.
Lastly, Bivol acknowledged that losing the first fight was difficult. He admitted that he didn't like being called a former ex-world champion or having a loss on his record, but he knew he couldn't spend too much time focusing on it. He emphasized that he didn't have time to feel sorry for himself. Instead, he decided to move on, close that chapter, and keep looking forward.
Not too much. Of course, I don't like to hear that former world champion or ex-world champion or I have one loss. I don't like it, but I cannot think too much about it. I just don't have time to think about it and to pity myself about it. I don't like it. I want to move forward. Yeah, it happened. Okay, let's close this door, move forward.
Carl Froch, excited for the rematch, explained that only true boxing fans truly understood the dynamics of the first fight between Beterbiev and Bivol. Reflecting on the bout, Froch mentioned he had Bivol ahead on his scorecard, which only increased his anticipation for the upcoming fight.
But for the purist and the people that understand boxing, that realised what they were watching, would have been on the edge of the seat, mesmerised by the skill level and the quality of both operators. Now, Bivol didn't get the decision. I thought he'd won when I watched it on the night. Beterbiev obviously won. He's unbeaten.
Froch also offered Bivol some advice, urging him to stay sharp in the final rounds. He pointed out that Bivol didn't put enough effort into those last 3 rounds in the first fight, while Beterbiev kept pushing forward. Froch highlighted that judges often favor a fighter who finishes strong, which could have cost Bivol the victory.
I think Bivol maybe needs to look a bit more interested, if that's fair, towards the end of the fight. Maybe around 10, 11 and 12, I think he needs to get more shots off, because he finished slow. Beterbiev put it on him a little bit more. It looked like he wanted to be in there a bit more. It looked like he was trying to win and trying to get that victory, and the judges do like that.
Teddy Atlas broke down the fight and explained why he is again siding with Bivol despite him losing the first fight. He stated, "The reason I picked Bivol to win the first fight is the same reason I'm gonna pick him now. Everyone thinks that Beterbiev is the guy that has the upper hand in the mental area because he's so mentally strong and mentally focused, and the other guy, Bivol, is more skillful athletically." He added, "But Bivol is the guy who's mentally together, who's mentally strong. That guy is mentally strong. That guy is determined. That guy is a monster." I think Bivol is a monster in his mind too. I think he's mentally strong in his mind too, and I think that he's learned things from the last fight. Atlas further pointed out that both fighters will have picked up plenty from their first contest. He concluded, now he knows he can be in there with the boogeyman. I think that internally it will make a difference with him, where he'll be more consistent in certain areas, where he may have moved too much and allowed Beterbiev to be able to push him back and steal ends of rounds by keeping him defensive. Now he'll be able to get a good mixture of movement and punching. I will go with Bivol in the rematch. David Benavidez shared his thoughts on the first fight between Bivol and Beterbiev, saying he believed Bivol won. He acknowledged it was a close fight, but felt Bivol controlled most of the rounds with his combination punches. Looking ahead to the rematch, Benavidez was confident Bivol could win again, though he recognized both fighters are elite and may adjust their strategies. While uncertain if the rematch would unfold the same way, Benavidez believed Bivol would still come out on top if it did.
I thought Bivol won that fight, to be honest with you. It was a close fight. It could have went. Couldn't have went either way. I feel like Bivol won most of the rounds. He controlled most of the rounds, and his combination punching was better.
Do you think he wins the rematch?
I think he does.
Yeah. Is it different, or do you think it's more?
I mean, I don't know, because both those fighters are both high caliber fighters, so they can make adjustments. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the same fight or not. But if it's the same fight, I feel like Bivol wins.
Callum Smith, who has fought both Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev, shared his thoughts on their upcoming rematch, highlighting how close their first fight was. He believes both fighters are highly skilled, and it was hard to pick a winner, suggesting that a draw might have been a fair outcome. Smith feels Bivol has an edge in the rematch due to being younger, fresher, and possibly improving with time, while Beterbiev could be showing signs of aging. He also noted that Beterbiev's previous fight was the toughest of his career, and it will be interesting to see how that affects him in the rematch.
Very, very good fighters. I think that showed in the first fight. It was very, very hard to split them. I think I've seen a lot favour Beterbiev, a lot favour Bivol. A draw, probably a fair result, but I don't know. I just think second time round, they obviously both know each other well. I just don't know if the timing keeps going on. It favours Bivol a little bit more. He's younger, he's fresher, and Beterbiev, we keep saying it, but he can't keep going on, and that last fight was the toughest fight of his career. It'd be interesting to see how much that has took out of him. And
Smith reflected on Beterbiev's performance in the first fight, pointing out that he didn't seem as explosive as usual, which could be a sign of age. However, he also acknowledged that Bivol's sharp performance might have made Beterbiev appear older than he is. Ultimately, Smith thinks the rematch will be another close contest, but if he had to pick, like he would favor Bivol based on how he looked in their first fight.
I don't know. I think it's going to be another really close fight and tough to pick them, but if I had to side with one, I'd side with Bivol this time.
Do you see a change from Beterbiev from the guy you faced to the one we saw against Bivol in the first fight?
Yeah, but it's hard to say. No, I feel like he didn't look as explosive. He feared to maybe age a little bit, but was that how good Bivol was on the night? Bivol was very, very good. He was very sharp, and he probably made him look that little bit older as well. So it's hard to read too much into either performances. It was a great fight. It was very hard to split them. I just favour Bivol a little bit this time.
Anthony Yarde shared his view that he believes Artur Beterbiev won the first fight, although he recognized it was very close and could have gone either way. While some people called it a robbery, Yarde wasn't convinced of that. Looking ahead to the rematch, he predicted Beterbiev would win again, but suggested that targeting the body more could lead to more damage this time around.
I do think Beterbiev won the first fight. It was a close fight. People will start saying stuff about robbery. I don't know about all that. It was a very, very close fight. Could have went either way. And the second fight, I see Beterbiev winning again, if I'm honest. But this time, if he goes to the body a bit more, I think he can cause more damage.
Billy Denise shared his view on the first fight, feeling that Beterbiev was ahead by 2 or 3 rounds. He had a close look at the action and observed that while Bivol tried to rely on flurries at the end of rounds, Beterbiev was making him miss and controlling the pace. Dennis highlighted Beterbiev's pressure and powerful shots as key factors in the fight. He believes for Bivol to have a chance in the rematch, he'll need to stand and fight. Denise predicted that this time, Beterbiev would knock Bivol out.
I had Beterbiev up by 2-3 rounds. You know, I was luckily to be sat so close to the ring, and I think Bivol just thought he could go on the back foot, throw a little flurry at the end of the last 10 seconds, and it winning the round. You know, and Beterbiev was making him miss a lot. It looked like he was hitting him, but he wasn't. He was hitting the gloves and stuff. And Beterbiev controlled the pace, the pressure, cut the ring off. Big shots landed, and the only way for Bivol to come back from this now, he's got to fight him. You've got to stand there and fight him, and I think this time he's going to knock him out.
Chris Algieri expressed his excitement about the upcoming fight card, describing it as impressive from top to bottom. He focused on the main event, acknowledging that while it might not be as dramatic as their first fight, it is still incredibly important. Algieri emphasized that the fight holds significance for the weight class, the divisions, and the pound-for-pound rankings, underlining its importance.
That's been put together. I love this card top to bottom. You got the main event, which, listen, compared to the last fight, obviously what we saw in the first fight, it's not going to be a gangbusters type fight, but it's a very important fight for the weight class, for the divisions, for the pound-for-pound rankings. So the level of that main event is humongous.
Clifton Mitchell initially thought Bivol had won the fight when watching it live, but after reviewing it on TV, he understood why the judges awarded the victory to Beterbiev. Mitchell explained that although Bivol fought well, he seemed uncomfortable in the ring, with many of his punches being blocked by Beterbiev's hands and gloves. Despite this, Mitchell expressed confidence in Beterbiev's performance and predicted a win for him in future matchups.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go. Me and Scott Walsh are going to go.
Well, finally, what's your prediction on that?
Beterbiev. When I was there, I thought Bivol won. When I was there watching the fight, I thought he won. I watched it on telly and I can see why they gave it to Beterbiev. Yeah. I can see why they gave it him, but there, because Bivol did it, but he did it like very uncomfortably. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there, I think he was catching a lot on his hands and his gloves as well. So, yeah, we'll do that after. I'm definitely going back with Beterbiev.
Hamza Shiraz predicted that Bivol would win the main event against Beterbiev by unanimous decision. He acknowledged Bivol as a top-tier fighter and praised the overall quality of the fights on the card. Shiraz also expressed his gratitude for being part of the event, thanking His Excellency for the opportunity.
I think Beterbiev is going to win via unanimous decision, but then again, listen, Bivol's a top fighter, so it's a great, all the fights are great fights, man, so it's just a massive honor to be a part of it, so a massive thank you to His Excellency for giving me the opportunity.
What are your thoughts on this? Who do you think will come out on top? Share your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed the video.